Right, so let's get right into it because we have a lot to unpack today. So since the version 6.7 banners recently got leaked, many players are now asking the same question. Should you actually pull in this version, or should you skip everything and keep saving for Snezhnaya? So in this video, we will talk about the leaked 6.7 banner lineup, which characters are worth pulling for, and how you can decide what your account actually needs. For those who don't know, the currently leaked lineup is Sandrone, Columbina, Raiden, and Citlali. Right now, the leaks say that Columbina and Sandrone will be together in Phase 1, while Raiden and Citlali will be in Phase 2, but this is still subject to change. From what we know right now, only Sandrone being in Phase 1 and Citlali being in Phase 2 seems to be locked. The exact order around the other characters can still change, so do not treat everything like official information yet. Now, let us talk about Sandrone first because she's the new character in this version. Sandrone is a 5-star cryo character who uses a claymore. I already made a separate video about her kit, so I will not explain every single small detail again here. But very quickly, her charged attack works a bit like Nouvelette's charged attack, where she channels a laser and deals cryo damage. While doing that, she also deals stellar superconduct damage. Her elemental skill reduces part of that charged attack gauge and deals 1 instance of stellar superconduct damage. Her elemental burst deals 1 instance of stellar superconduct damage and 1 instance of cryo damage. So overall, her kit is built around the new stellar reaction playstyles. Now, the big question is, should you pull for Sandrone? I think Sandrone is mainly interesting if you want a future-proof damage dealer for the new reaction system. She's not just a random cryo damage dealer. She's clearly made for the new stellar reaction playstyles, and that means she will probably get more dedicated supports in the future. So if you want to invest early into this new direction, Sandrone can be a good pull. The thing is, she's also kind of restricted. Since she seems to be focused on stellar superconduct teams, her best team options will be a bit niche in the beginning. And if you do not like that playstyle, or if you do not want to build around the new reaction system yet, then you do not need to force yourself to pull her immediately. But if you like Sandrone as a character, if you like the idea of a cryo laser damage dealer, or if you want to be ready for the new team archetypes, then she is probably the most interesting character in the whole version. Now, let us talk about Raiden. Raiden is still a very popular character, and many players still like her a lot. She functions as a great battery, she can make rotations feel smoother, and she can fit into a lot of different teams. You can use her in older damage teams, you can use her in overload teams, and you can still use her as an off-field trigger in hyperbloom teams. She also has a very good free-to-play weapon with the catch, which you can get from fishing. So yes, Raiden still has useful parts in her kit. She's not a useless character, she can still do her job, but we also have to be honest. Raiden has been power crept a lot. Her personal damage numbers simply do not compare that well to newer damage dealers anymore. Back then, she felt like one of the strongest and most flexible characters in the game, but now Genshin has so many newer characters with stronger damage, stronger reactions, and more modern team options that Raiden does not feel as special as she used to. That doesn't mean she's bad, it just means her value is different now. If you pull Raiden today expecting her to carry your account like a top modern damage dealer, you might be disappointed. But if you pull her because you like her, or because you want her for specific teams like Hyper Bloom or Overload, she can still work just fine. Now let us talk about Citlali. She's honestly still a very strong support, especially if you pulled Mavica earlier and you don't have her yet. She can be really good for Mavica and many other teams, and in the current meta, she's still one of the strongest support options. Her biggest strength is that she can decrease both Pyro and Hydro resistance, which is very valuable for many teams. She's also very easy to build because she mainly wants Elemental Mastery. That makes her much more comfortable than characters who need perfect crit stats, attack, energy recharge, and many other things at the same time. You can build her in a simple way and she still does her job very well. But she's not perfect. Her shield is weaker than many other shielders because her kit does not have the same kind of shield absorption that some other shield characters have. Her cryo application can also be a little inconsistent depending on the team and rotation. She doesn't always apply cryo often enough to create reactions completely on her own in every situation. So you still have to think about the team around her. But even with these weaknesses, Citlali is still very valuable. I would still call her an S+ tier support in the current meta, especially if you already have Mavica. If you pulled Mavica and skipped Citlali before, then this rerun can be very important for you. Now let us talk about Columbina. Columbina's value depends a lot on the lunar reaction system. She's a must-have unit for lunar reaction teams. Her elemental burst also has 100% uptime because it has a very long duration and a short cooldown. Her elemental skill also provides off-field hydro application that follows the active character. That is a big deal because you're not forced to stand inside one fixed circle or field. For many teams, mobile off-field hydro is just much more comfortable. So for lunar teams, Columbina is amazing. But there is one very big problem. Her value is directly tied to the lunar gameplay system. If you're not planning to use lunar reactions, or if you don't have the Notlon cryo damage dealers that need her, then her value can drop a lot. She's not like a normal, universal hydro support that you can throw into almost every team and always get maximum value. She's much more connected to the lunar ecosystem. Now, let us talk about why many players are thinking about skipping this version. The first reason is very simple. The Primogem count in the last versions has been really low. Many players just don't have enough wishes saved up. If you're free to play and you only got a very small amount of pulls recently, then pulling in 6.7 can feel very risky. One bad 50-50 can destroy your savings, and with Snezhnaya getting closer, that feels even worse. The second reason is that a lot of people want to save for Snezhnaya. New regions usually bring new characters, new mechanics, new Archon hype, and probably some very strong units, so many players don't want to spend everything right before the next big region starts, and honestly, that makes sense. The third reason is that some of these characters have clear risks. Raiden is already power crept and has been power crept for a long time. Citlali is still very strong, but some players already own her, and there's always a chance that Snezhnaya gives us new supports that compete with her. Columbina is really strong, but mainly for lunar reactions, and if those reactions fall off later, her value could also fall. And Sandrone looks future-proof in her own way, but she also seems restricted to stellar superconduct teams, which can make her team options pretty niche. And now I want to know what you're doing. Are you pulling for Sandrone, Columbina, Raiden, or Citlali, or are you skipping the whole version and saving everything for Snezhnaya? Let me know down in the comments. And again, do not forget to subscribe because I will keep you updated on the banners, the codes, and every new leak that matters. So please hit that subscribe button if this was helpful. Thank you so much for watching, good luck with your pulls, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!